Instagram specifically, shares, if you have a still photo or a graphic image, so not like a short form video, something that is basic in like black or white that people can share to their story that would fit anybody's brand. So for example, something that works really well are those, they look like Twitter screenshots, like screenshots of tweets, because they're black or white. The only type of branding they have is the person's at, whoever like wrote it or posted it. And so I can, if I have a certain aesthetic on my page, which most of us do, then I'll share that to my story. Versus if there was like a picture of like a shirtless guy and then a really good quote, I probably wouldn't share that with my friends. So that's great for shares if it's a static image. And then for video, it is very, I mean, there's so many techniques for this, but I guess for your purposes, if I guess I'm going to assume most of us are travel content creators. We see like the like tours of restaurants, tours of events, tours of festivals. And I know like my mom will send me bajillions of those a day. I'm like, oh, let's go do this when I'm in San Diego. Let's go do that. Wow, what's Seaport Village? Like, let's go try that. And coffee shops and like my friends who want to co-work will send you to their coffee shops. So tours of places do really well. And thinking of it as like with your friends, what would you want to share with your friends? And that is something that may help when it comes to sharing. But yeah, sharing is super important because that's what keeps people on the platform, and that, you know, that's better for Instagram. Anything that keeps them on the platform will help.
With copywriting, you guys may have seen how creators will say comment portfolio, and I'll send you a link to my free masterclass guide. So that is a call to action through something called Mini. Anybody can set it up. I believe it's free in the beginning, but then, you know, the more features you use, then they charge. But there is a concern about mini chats not, I guess, kind of like blocking, like putting strikes against creators. But there's there's a certain way to use mini chat that doesn't violate Instagram's rules. So Instagram does like Meta likes mini chats because it keeps people on the platform. So if you're having someone sign up for your email list to receive a free download of something, you can set up the right step-by-step to where all of that is done in the Instagram DMs. And that's okay with mini chat. That's okay with Instagram. Instagram is all for that. But what Instagram doesn't like is if you send them to your website to then fill out their email address and then get this free download in their email inbox, because you're taking them off of the app. So that's an extremely, extremely important part of using it, because as you get more followers, it's an amazing way to automate things. And the conversion rate is super high compared to email, at least what I've seen across the board. So that's one. Another one is responding. You may notice like a creator will say like comment portfolio. You comment portfolio and they automatically respond to your message within the comment section saying like, gee, thanks for commenting portfolio, like check your inbox. But then if there's like 50 people commenting portfolio and that same message is getting sent to them, Instagram flags that because it's like a bulk response, which is like very inauthentic. So we have different responses with our clients where different responses will hit, but most of the stuff is done in the DMs and it stays in the DMs. It doesn't go to another website. So those are some really key, I guess, like best practices when it comes to using mini chats or like comment 0 and I'll send you this thing. Any questions?
Any other questions, you guys? Alexandra, what kind of content are you working on and how have you been doing with the captions and copywriting?
So basically, I could take the hot seat. I was like typing. If you want, maybe any other person right now in the call could learn from that as well. So I'm currently working on Vanderhavens, Bali. I can put it in the chat. And yeah, I'm still like in the bloody beginnings because I really started it from the scratch and also tried just to gain more experience about what is working right now, how's the market. So to give it some context, it's like tiny houses and they are actually near LCA. And I discovered them by coincidence, and like with LCA in the back, I was like going there with my laptop and pitching, and luckily, yeah, now I'm their content creator and also bringing in other creators. So yeah, I already learned a lot, and maybe if you want, you can like take the first 3 videos that I pinned. They are the most successful, and have a look at their captions. I'm sure we all can learn from that.
Okay.
I'm taking notes, okay, from you.
And then Alex, I'm gonna, oh yeah, I think your audio was a little fuzzy, so I was gonna mute you, but looks like you did. Perfect.
Was is it the one, Alexandra? Okay, so looking at the first couple, the pinned posts you said, or the most
Yes,
recent one?
I think might be useful to take like the most successful reels, maybe the 3 first ones. So maybe we could figure out how I get more out of captions. Just to
Okay,
learn.
okay.
So now with the knowledge that we have heard.
Okay, and so you said these are tiny houses. Okay, and they're, I'm guessing, looking for more more people who want to stay there, right? Attracting people who would like to stay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, that's one. Slow mornings in your tiny house. Okay. How your day go over here. Okay. So thinking about the pain points of the traveler, do you know exactly what type of person you would like to attract to stay here? There's tons of different people visiting Bali. Like how much money would they be spending on a place like this? Are they families? It seems like maybe women, maybe solo travelers. And I see you. Yeah, I would ask myself that first. Like what are the pain points of the traveler?
Yes, so I actually learned that from your last Zoom call, like the last thing that we did. I had in mind that they are solo travelers and like digital nomads who look for a place in Bali where they could like get some focused work done. Just like me.
Okay. Yeah, that's like you. Yeah, that's like me too. That's the place I would go.
Yes, because like I love Bali, but there's a lot of distraction. So I imagined like the tiny house to be really like a haven where you could check in, and it's really calm and peaceful. You are not in the middle of Canggu, you are a bit away of the heavy traffic. You have everything in your tiny house to just get some work done or just even recover from traveling, because I think traveling is nice, but now and then you might need a break to just reflect on what was happening. So I also had like this picture where I was like journaling and so on. Yes. So that this was in my mind.
Okay, so this is a hot market for digital nomads. There's a lot of competition here, but your content is beautiful. Like the feed is majestic. And so there are some ways that you could have a competitive advantage. And you mentioned so people okay, digital nomads, so that workspace. So this seems like a I'm trying to think of the place where I would co-work. There's a lot of co-working / living places in Bali that are more for like budget travelers, and you share, like it's like hostel style living, and then you co-work downstairs. But the distraction there is crazy because you have all your friends living there too. Whereas this seems a little bit more upscale, probably a little bit more expensive for a more established remote worker. And so I would probably lean into the elegance a little bit more, and really show the workspace. This looks like a lot of relaxing and vacation and like beauty, which looks amazing, but also a lot of Bali spots have very similar aesthetics. A lot of them are relaxing, a lot of them are beautiful. And so I think the competitive advantage is showing a workspace. Maybe a reel about, like, let's see, what is this? Okay, so like we almost saw the workspace. Okay, there's a gym. That's really cool. Yeah, so maybe like a tour of the workspace showing more of this, of the, like, you have your beautiful plate of fruit next to your computer that is set up, or maybe you have a ring light and you're filming, like showing somebody filming a video. Because that is one thing about Bali, when you try to film a YouTube video, there's construction everywhere and it's so loud. And if this is out in the middle of nowhere, then
That's a good point,
I'm not saying,
actually.
yeah. And if you're a content creator who knows that about Bali, or if you're new and nobody talks about that. And so you can be the one to enlighten people of like, hey, it's quiet over here. Like, we don't have construction out by over where we're at. That's massive. Because even there's peaceful places in Canggu, but they're peaceful looking, but they're loud. There's always construction, even on the weekends, early in the morning. So that's a competitive advantage.